Everyone.
Evening, Luke.
Still am I?
Hey,
Is
yeah.
this the Cryptopunks call?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, you good,
Easy. Early for that. What is it, Pete? Cryptid Punk's call.
Yeah, I thought it was the Cryptopunks call.
No. A test just let me know that you have to swap your cryptid punks.
Yeah. So just to kick it off, I'll let everyone know that Ben's not here, so you're stuck with me tonight and the gang. But yeah, I was going to do the same thing, just see if C11 had anything to say. I have to hand off to somebody at the start to do a wrap up, and then I'll give you a product update. But if there's no C11 news, I can go straight into it.
Nah, nothing going on at C11. Nothing to see here.
All quiet.
Yeah,
Sure.
nothing happening. There's not. We've so much going on. I just don't even know where to start, and there's no one here to mute me, so it's probably safer that I don't start talking.
Good on mute. Yeah, Pete's good on the mute.
If that makes sense. So,
No, I
I'm
wouldn't
sure
be
Ryan.
ready. I think Adela will just go on.
Yeah, you literally have a whole AMA of me telling you what's going on at C11, and we'll run straight into DJ now. Unless you want to give a heads up, Ryan.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to go for it.
CCRY?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Technology issues. Sorry about that. Yeah. What's been happening in Catalyst 11? Actually, quite a lot has been happening over the last week or two. Mainly in relation to talking to all the different projects that we're trying to partner with. Lots of conversations with their marketing team, members, communities, and so forth. So I think if you've been following our Twitter or the C11 Twitter, you'll notice there's 3 projects that have recently been announced. We're aiming to have 11 that will be part of the initial airdrop. So I think over the next couple of days, we'll continuously, promote those projects. One of the main things, or one of our strategies, is rather than just doing it on our own, we're actually, working really closely with these projects and, in a sense, getting their endorsement that it's okay for us to be able to mention their names and their communities. That seems to be the best way moving forward, especially for a small DAO like ours, where we're trying to build our identity, trying to build our brand and so forth. Also, we're working really closely with the RFOX team. As you can imagine, starting a DAO from scratch in 4 weeks, there's lots of challenges involved. Some of you would have seen some of our the website that's been up. We've developed a pitch deck that we're using when we're working with all the or when we're partnering or communicating with different project teams. So again, lots of activity. We unfortunately we can't say when we're going to be launching because there's a number of things that, and just to make sure that everything's 100% right, and there are things to do with the airdrop, the LP, the staking, and so forth. If you haven't already done so, I'd encourage you to go into Twitter and Discord, because there's already community members in there asking questions, and we try to answer as much as we can. But yeah, maybe we'll put in the chat the Discord link for people to refer to. It's a bit of a quick update, unless anyone had any questions.
When Leprechaun's mint.
For the airdrop, will there be an allocation for people who hold assets in all of those communities or projects?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, at the moment we're looking at 11 projects. So if you do own an asset, like an NFT for those projects, then yeah, you'll be entitled to an airdrop. It'll be based on per wallet. So I'll just use an example. Community A, if you've got 100 assets, you'll get one allocation of airdrops. If you got one asset, you'll get exactly the same number of tokens.
Got it. And then
So we-
do we have to interact with those communities to to qualify, or just holding the tokens is enough?
At this stage, holding the token is enough. Where as again, DAO's very new. We're trying to be able to build our community. This is one of the ways to be able to do that. Working with these projects, utilizing their existing communities and letting them know what C11 and the broader RFOX ecosystem can potentially deliver for them. But no, you don't need to do anything extra apart from owning the NFT for any one of those projects.
There may be one that has already closed applications, but because we had to do one differently than others.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Tess, you've asked a question as well in the chat. What do we have to do to participate, and what do we have to own? I think I've answered that. Obviously, once the DAO is launched and you do own the C11 tokens, there's a range of things that we would encourage you to be able to do in terms of participation as part of the DAO, and more information on that will be released in the coming weeks, I would imagine, when the DAO is formed.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Do RFOX assets get airdropped is the question.
At this stage, no. The 11 projects is outside of the RFOX system. You may be wondering why is that the case. When talking to Benny and the RFOX team, one of the things that we're trying to do is have C11 as a separate entity. And really the big aim here is to be able to bring new community members to the RFOX ecosystem. So one of the best ways to do that is to, approach, encourage, engage with all new communities outside of the RFOX system initially. That's the current plan.
Thank you. Any other questions before we move on? Sorry, okay, but if any pop up, and the C11 guys just want to jump in and answer them, that's fine. So first of all, you would have seen that there was a update announcement that Lala put out earlier. So the main reason for that is we had to do some back-end work that required some changes to RFOX ID, and one of those was a certificate change. So the certificate change basically meant that we had to do the same thing on the client side, which meant a release. And what the implications of that are, I guess, from a user standpoint, is that you just have to link your ReplayMe account again, because it'll reset your RFOX ID account. So obviously you can still sign in with Apple and Google as you can now, but once you've signed in, it'll ask you to either add an avatar or just sign in with your ReplayMe account, and then your avatars will be sitting there and you can just select them and pull them back in, much like you did in the last migration. We were trying to avoid that, but there was no way around it. We looked at the different options and it was required. But the positive side of it all is we've pushed out most of the most recent fixes. So you'll notice the menu, new terminal menu on the wrist is updated. So there's a bit more information in there, a bit more functionality. We've got the arcade integrated, but that won't be in that particular build. So there'll be another build next week that'll have the arcade in there. We've removed the arcade from that build, or sort of blocked it from that build for a couple of reasons. One of them I'll show you in a sec. We've decided to do a last minute upgrade on it. And we're just still doing a few bug fixes. We're not happy with the lighting at the moment and a couple of other things. So we're still working on getting it to a point where we're comfortable with it to release it. But while we're doing that, we're going to put a couple little cool little things in there as well. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to have too much of an impact. But the other positive thing as well is the NFT displays are working again, so that'll get C11 back on track. And obviously, anyone who wanted to display NFTs and were having trouble with it in districts, they can do that again. There's a few slam fixes in it, although they're not complete yet. So don't think that's obviously final or anything. We're still working on slam. I don't think there's been any major changes other than the ones that were done last time, with the explore mode exit works now. Voice works in there, which is awesome. That's a massive upgrade. I think they're the main things. Have I missed anything, Red Pill? I think I've covered everything.
Yeah, I think so.
But because Ben's not here, I'm going to show you something cool. This is pretty alpha, but this is what we're doing in the arcade, and we'll roll this out elsewhere as well once we've tested this. This is a bit of proof of concept and a bit of mucking around. But let me just share my screen and I'll show you what we're putting in there. We know when we're ready to go. When you can see it, jump out. Hear that?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. I'm just going to make sure I shared my audio because I don't want to be that guy again that didn't. Yeah, I did actually.
Wow.
Well, last time they said I'm a guy working in a technology company that doesn't understand technology. You don't know how much that hurt me. I didn't sleep that night.
Aww.
Thanks, Lala. That's what I wanted.
Don't worry. At least you know how to operate your phone, Luke.
We'll see. Now this video won't play. Hang on a sec. That again.
Now you can see all your files.
Oh, we're good. Now we're good.
I guess I'm screenshotting this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing exciting on there.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going to put that into the arcade as a bit of a test, just as it stands there as a web view like that. It'll just be basically like a screen on the wall, and then that'll get incorporated into a jukebox. But I've been playing with the arcade a bit and trying to get my head around the best use case for it and how we can improve it and all that sort of stuff. And the big thing that I think was missing from the minute I went in there was 80s music. So I started playing 80s music when I was in there and listening to that. Then I thought, well, we have to get 80s music in there, obviously. So we'd already done that work on the web view and all that sort of stuff. So that was a pretty easy transition. So I think having YouTube music in there will be really cool. And then that will be a stepping stone, obviously, to getting more personalized audio and video in the apartments. But I think that's going to have a massive difference for that experience and make that so much more immersive and fun.
Well,
So
the interesting part is how much we can still accommodate Web 2 products, in the Vault.
Anything web based in reality can cover off on. So that having the website up there in the districts was really just obviously a test for us. It's not a good use case for it, but we're thinking now we could potentially use it for all sorts of things like opening support tickets, and in fact you can already get into Canny from the terminal menu. So that new menu, if you go down to the bottom option, which is the support option, there's a feedback button, so you can actually go and look at Canny or even create a post in Canny from the Vault. So we're just thinking about the best use cases for that and where we can use it. And obviously music is an awesome one. And in that scenario with YouTube music, you can go and play what you want to hear. It's individualized like it is with the apartments at the moment. So as it is with the AI and changing the the materials and the textures and stuff in the apartments, it's still that music will be personalized for you, so only you will hear that. Yeah, we just thought that'd be a really cool addition. So once we've got that added, which should be in our internal build today, and the lighting fixes, I think we're pretty much there. There wasn't anything else, was there, Phil?
Nope.
Phil wants to make the beer pong a bit easier because he keeps hitting the rim. He's blaming the game.
He just likes rimming.
Yeah, I got to make my my toilet a little wider as well. Always missing the rim.
Jeez. I agree with him though. It's just a little bit tricky at the moment. But as I said to him, I was getting better. I just don't know how hard it should be to go in there and throw a ball into a cup. It shouldn't be too difficult.
But it is fun. It's a pretty fun activity, especially if you're really drinking on the other end.
With a potential bull run kicking off right now, that'd be good. Will there be a staking pool in Q2, Q3? So we've got the NFT staking with VFox. I'm not aware of anything else unless you've got anything else, Pete, you know of.
Not that I can talk about.
It's always KOGs staking for crafting materials. It's ongoing for the rest of your life.
Yep, the rest of your life.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
want to
even longer.
I don't want to talk about that. Longer than your life?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, for new stuff, if they want to listen to alpha stuff, we're working on a new collection. It's 12 designs. That's all I can say.
Okay, very helpful. Thank you. Do you have anything you want to share?
Yeah, but knowing this community, they'll figure out what they'll try to guess what the heck is the what the heck am I? I'll get all the DMs after this.
Sometimes you're just elusive for no reason, and there's nothing behind it. I've fallen for that trap before.
True that.
You just never know. It's a gamble. Phil, have you got anything while you got the mic? Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, not yet. I mean, I think we mentioned last week that we have gotten several new builds of Quest. But I don't think we're ready to mention anything concrete just yet.
Okay. I mean, I think we mentioned that we're obviously having to incorporate the new RFOX ID. A lot of back-end boring stuff that's happening, but there's some new functionality in there as well. We just need to test it all, and we can't really release that until the RFOX ID piece is done anyway. So there's nothing too exciting on that front, unfortunately, but there's a lot happening on the back end. NFTs, Pete. I know we're just still doing a little bit of work on the NFT platform. Anything else on your front?
No, we're doing a little work tweaking here and there. We've got a few solutions that we think will tweak a bit to make it faster and smoother, but just a better user experience. But they're all on the back end, so nothing's changing on the front end. It's just the back end. We're just improving it so to make it smoother, like uploads and also viewing of the NFT images and whatnot. Make it easier, more what do you call this? More efficient, I guess, for lack of a better word.
So we did a bit of work on file sizes, like allowing much bigger files, speed at which we're uploading and processing. Yeah, it's mostly performance stuff, but obviously that's important in that tool. So yeah, we've done a bit of work on that. Phil handed me a massive list of Slam stuff that we're going to do today, so that's good. That's encouraging. Slam's going to get brought up to speed with the mobile version. that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing Slam get built out. I know it's pretty basic at the moment, but that VR environment I think is just awesome and really lifts the whole game. So if we can get that gameplay working really well and add on some of that functionality we had in the mobile app, I think it's going to be super awesome. Really excited about that. And then just seeing the arcade develop as well. That's going to be really exciting too. Good macroeconomic crypto market stuff with the CPI data coming in lower. Crypto bull market is upon us. How RFOX capitalized to ensure that is a standout metaverse crypto to get ahead of crypto is like, okay. So I don't know if we necessarily want to compare ourselves to those projects, but I understand that the following they've got. But I think we have to start thinking of ourselves as a metaverse project. In that particular project, the Valt project, we have to think about it more as a metaverse project than a crypto project, and we have to start thinking about crypto as a tool that we use and something that supports the metaverse, but not defining the metaverse. I think that's a trap that a lot of companies, including ourselves, I think to some extent early on, made. Looking for ways to incorporate crypto in the Vault, I don't think is the right approach. I'm not saying that's what you're suggesting, but I think a lot of other projects have done that. This goes for everything. We've talked about AI before and our feelings on that as well, but I think we have the same approach with all of this stuff, which is if it doesn't benefit us in any way, if it doesn't make the project any better, if it doesn't improve anything from a user standpoint, then we shouldn't use it. And that I'm not discarding anything or counting anything out in that. I'm just saying we should treat everything as a tool, use it when it's required, use it properly where it's fit for purpose and where it enhances that experience, and not use it for the sake of it. And it's certainly not just for financial gain for ourselves or yourselves. That shouldn't be the aim here either. It should be about building a sustainable Vault that people love, they want to come back to, and then the rest takes care of itself. And if you're trying to squeeze stuff in, then that's not the right approach. AI is such a slippery slope. I can see how that could happen so easily as well. There's a million different ways you could use AI in the Vault, but do they all add value? Is it just a show off thing and a way to get attention and a marketing ploy? But for us, it's really not. Every time we think about how we would integrate something, including AI, we really think about whether that does add value and whether people will find that worthwhile, and if not, then we don't do it. So if we stop doing that, let us know, because I think that's really important to us going forward. How the team feels about optimum D.A.O. I'm not type districts number. I prefer as many as possible. What about got a comment on that one, Pete? I don't really know much about it.
No, I think he's just asking how many D.A.O projects you think it's an optimum number, because we've got 100 shops. Are all 100 going to be D.A.O, or are they going to be like branded, like a Reebok or McDonald's? Or
sorry, I thought there was a
Starbucks,
project called Optimum D.A.O. Sorry, it's my fault.
No. I think the optimum was a word. Like,
I gotcha.
we only got 50 districts right now, George. The other 50 is not released yet. So for now, there's 50, and we got one D.A.O.
You only need one.
Well, I mean, I think this will be a really good test for how it goes and how popular it is, and again, the D.A.O stuff. You could saturate the whole Vault with D.A.Os, but does that actually serve a purpose to anyone either? Again, it's about what adds value, what serves the purpose, and what is everyone going to benefit from? And having 100 D.A.Os probably isn't the answer to that. Doesn't mean we can't, but I think this will be a really good test case. Up to Lala.
When first live transaction in Vault?
It's already happened. Well,
I replied that we've already had a live transaction in Vault before, but that was on the old system build.
yes,
The wax one.
That's on the old
Yeah.
RFOX. With the old RFOX ID, we had the wallets linked directly. So I can't really talk about how we're going to solve that problem, but we're going to solve it in a much more elegant way than we did initially. So as with that whole MVP project, a lot of this stuff was obviously just testing and trying things out, making sure that we fully understood what we needed to do, and just a bit of trial and error as well. So we know we can do it. We know we can link the wallets up. We know we can sell stuff, but we don't think that was the most elegant solution. So we're looking at blending a couple of things together to get a really smooth, method of transacting in the Vault, not just for NFTs, but for all sorts of things. So I think I've said enough there. Any idea on how long until our apartments are live and usable? Yeah, so Q2, they'll be usable, and so will the citizens. They'll obviously evolve a lot after that point. So I think there'll be a few little improvements between now and then, but they'll evolve a lot after that as well. So they'll probably have roughly the same functionality you've got now in the showcase apartments, and then we'll build on them from there. But the aim is for everyone to be in their apartments in Q2. Start buying game items in Vault with RFOX. Oh, when can I? So it's something we're working on at the moment as well. So we're talking about assets from games, or we're talking about actually buying games? Well, I guess it's the same answer. So we're looking at commercializing all of that stuff and having the ability to buy and sell assets, and assets include a whole bunch of things, including potentially experiences as well. So that's a massive focus for us at the moment. The other big focus, which is very similar to that, is the version 2 of the creator tools, which will allow much more gamification and the very modular way of updating them as well. So we can update games, mechanics, assets inside the games without having to do Vault releases. So that's really, we're very keen on getting that out, not only so the creators have a lot more tools to use and a lot more flexibility, but also so we have the flexibility to bring experiences in and out really dynamically. So that's a massive focus for us at the moment. Again, there's a lot of boring back-end stuff, but the benefits will be very clear once they're released. We walk our pets in the Vault. We have to get pets first, I guess, but again, this it's a topical thing at the moment. Companions, we are looking at companions. I won't, again, elaborate too much on that because it's a work in progress, but we're definitely looking at possibility of companions. I know that's not a secret. We've talked about it before, but it is a hot topic at the moment. Oh, sorry, I said Q2. I meant Q3. I mean Q4 now, actually. Every time someone argues, we're going to go Q4.
Just give us a small heart attack there saying Q2. That's all.
No, it's next year. Sorry. If you question me, it's going to... No, so I understand we're in Q2, but we've got 2 PIs internally in that time frame, so we've got a lot. Q2 is still a...
Yeah, when Luke said Q2, he didn't say which year.
Now we're talking.
I've already said I pushed it back because people are arguing, so we'll make it Q3. Every time someone brings it up, we'll add a quarter to it. There's a heap of stuff coming out in Q2. I think we're being ambitious with it, but at the same time, I think we set ourselves up with a lot of this tech, so it's not as hard as it used to be. I think we're better placed now to actually hit all of this stuff than we have been in the past. But apartments and citizens are the main, obviously probably the priority one, and then as I said, the SDKs, everything we promised will deliver, sure. And then the SDK version 2 and all the rest of it we'll do on top of that as well. But if we've told you something's coming in a quarter and it's on our roadmap, then it'll happen. And I think we've proven that lately, that if we make a call like that and promise to deliver something, we deliver it. I think Lala's interested in this pets thing, aren't you, Lala? You want to bring some cats in there?
Yeah, it's gonna destroy the furniture and I have to redo it again.
Wait, is it that you
when
want
the
to
cats
escape
destroy
your
your furniture, does your NFTs get burned?
Sorry, what?
So when the cats destroy your furniture, does that furniture NFT get burned?
Oh fuck. Well, maybe that make it even more.
That'll be fun as hell. I'll bring my
Right?
cats over to your apartment.
Oh, all right. It's gonna be real life for me all over again. How many sofas I went through last year?
Would
And
you
I'm gonna
swap?
sell a cat vacuum.
Oh yeah.
Just swap for dogs, Lala, just so you can live an alternate life.
I do want my neighbor's dog actually.
You
Just- yeah, it's just that my cats are racist. They don't like dogs.
Cats are racist. That's very, it's like generalizing, but
Oh yeah, I see you agree that direction now. But yeah, I would love to have a cat or some kind of companion that doesn't want me around, kind of stuff in the metaverse. Who doesn't want that, right?
I'm sure some people, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't done the numbers on that. Will the avatars be rigged for speech mouth sync? Good for sense of immersion. We are scoping out the enhanced rigging at the moment. The rigging that's in there right now in the IK system is a stopgap, so that's kind of a stepping stone to where we want to get to. We're still using we've based it on out of the box tools. We're looking at doing more customization, the avatar movement and rigging. So it's being worked through at the moment. As far as the speech and mouth sync goes, it's hardware reliant and dependent as well. So we're a little bit reliant on Meta and what they offer from an API standpoint and hardware capability standpoint. But it's definitely something we'll look at when it's free and easy.
Yeah, so also lip sync is something we'll definitely integrate. There are a couple of ways of doing it, where it basically just syncs whenever you talk. And yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. So yeah, it's on the list of things. First we get them in just as usual, the avatars, and then we add that feature.
The blinking stuff, like blinking and facial expressions, are all based on cameras that need to exist on the headset, obviously. But you can fake some of the stuff, but you can't fake all of it.
I know actually most of them I think are synchronized with just the input that you have, like the audio input. For the eyes, I think so, yeah, the blinking. But I think lip sync often goes from just the audio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lip sync and fake, but
yeah.
Lip sync and fake, but things like frowning and eye movement and all that sort of stuff, that's still coming. It'd be cool if KOGs can be redeemed for Vault assets such as pets, or such assets can be crafted. Yeah, I think pets are popular, but I think any companions, but also obviously wearables and anything you can add on to make your avatar cool would be an awesome add-on and something we're looking at. We want to be able to offer way more customization. We understand that Ready Player Me at the moment has a finite set of outfits and configuration options. So we want to expand that as much as possible as we go forward. And I think Citizens obviously will give you a completely unique avatar, and there'll be a lot of flexing just based on rarity and traits and whether you're an OG or not and all that sort of stuff. But adding other aspects to that, especially where people can sort of earn those add-ons and show those add-ons off, and it's clear that they've actually done work to get those. I think that's really cool and almost unlimited in what you can add on. So 100% we're looking at that stuff. I'm just scanning through the banter. Who am I up to, Lala? You're my compass.
I think pretty much there's a lot of banter on the area.
There sure is.
There's not much stuff, right? There's not much questions.
I'm trying to weed out an actual question out of this.
Yeah, this not. I don't see any on my side as well.
Pete,
I am actually going to remind everybody about tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you guys check the events tab on our Discord, you'll see there's going to be another Vault gathering, and it's going to be led by the brand ambassadors. You guys should join tomorrow because we are giving away an RFOX Vault AI-powered apartment for the quarter of your choosing. So as usual, we'll meet up in the Vault tomorrow. And I believe Z-Train will run through all the rules, and we'll have a little bit of fun and a few interactions with everybody as well.
Am I the last guy to know about all this?
This is a penthouse, right?
Yes. Yes, you are, Pete.
Ta-da!
Damn.
Surprise! Surprise! You're always
I need to spend more time on Discord. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah,
We need an interface built.
Yeah, so
I need like a
basically
news feed
the
that
rules
comes in
the
every
rules
morning.
the rules are pretty simple. You kind of have to find us. We'll be scattered around different places. I can't say where I'm going to be. I'm not sure about the others, but yeah, you have to find each and every one of us for one particular clue.
Can we be anywhere in the whole vault?
Yeah.
Or does it have to be in the
Can
same
I be-
quarter?
Can I be at the normal space that I am at, that no one will find me?
What? Which bush are you going to be in? I know you're going to go some bush somewhere. Hey.
He
Somebody
always
gonna
wants
be
to
on a
go in
ramp?
your bush. Lala, remember that one?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite bush. And then
Make sure nobody's
Ollie.
on the ramp, otherwise I'll never be able to get there.
Yeah, I'll stand at the ramp, and then I'll just stand at the ramp, and then no one will find you. No one will be able to find you guys.
No, it's hilarious because I think a few people actually their batteries just died on them while you were trying to get up there. Oh, madame. Oh god.
So who's invited tomorrow, Lala?
I'm sorry?
Who's invited tomorrow? Like, are we going outside of the Discord community as well, or is it just Discord?
It's basically right now just Discord. We can go out if you'd like to.
No, it's just a question. That's all.
Yeah, for now it's we're kind of making sure that we know everybody that's in. I mean, if we have outsiders in, it's great as well. But it's a little bit easier to get the feedback and to kind of get the flow of what works best. Because I do know that at times when you do something in the vault, people get lost halfway. Like the previous one we did last week was really fun, but there'll be people jumping in here and there. So it's a party, but it has to be, we kind of need to find a sweet spot on how to organize this stuff. But regardless, as long as everyone had fun and everyone enjoyed themselves, it's a success either way.
It sounds like an oxymoron though. Like you've never had someone wake up in the morning and go, "Whew, that was an organized party last night, wasn't it?"
It was hilarious because it was pretty much everyone getting used to different places. I don't think anyone really looked at the details of each and every spot. Like, for example, how many bicycles are there in Cogs Land and Cogs Slam? And I think F1 Rocco, he was like always the first person to come back, and he had 90% correct answers. And he's like, I missed the last 3 numbers, or I went somewhere else and I just saw something else. So it's really quite fun to see that happen. But yeah, it was a cool thing.
Reminds me of the trivia night. So before you joined, Lala, people are going around searching how many pieces of teeth this Cogs is, the Cogs design is wearing and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
How many fingers is this guy missing and whatnot?
And then you have Madame there who comes along and she's just like listening into the answer. Just I got the answer too. Sorry, Madame.
Yeah, what a cheater.
Yeah, Madame's like that.
It's like suddenly she and Perry comes over. It's like, oh, I know the answer. Like, wait, you just teleported here. Fun times.
You did not specify that I actually had to find the answer. You just said, give the answer. I'm a stickler for rules.
I can tell.
That's another thing that makes parties great when you got a stickler for rules there. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. So tomorrow is quite an interesting. It's pretty much like, okay, we have to scatter everybody. I'm like, anywhere? I can go anywhere. I can hide anywhere. So, yep, you can hide anywhere. So we'll see who finds who the fastest, because there are 3 different places you could be.
Lala, I have an awesome idea which I'll DM you after this.
Okay. Oh Lord, it's gonna be harder, isn't it?
Need to do more of this stuff in the Vault as well. Ben's been reminding me on a regular basis that we need to get more of these kind of forums, AMAs, and things in the Vault and doing them in there. I know we did one a couple of weeks back, and that was really fun. I think it made it obviously much more immersive, but the problem is, as you alluded to, Lala, is getting everyone in the one room and herding all the cats and getting everyone together in the one room to talk to them, because as soon as you get in there, everyone wanders off in a million different directions. So we need to figure that problem out. I think being able to get into scenes directly from outside, so being able to jump straight into a scene. If we were in Discord and we could just click on a link and jump into a scene together, I think that would be the ultimate.
Yeah.
Then lock the door so no one can get out.
Another future idea, just came to mind is similar to how like all the other RPG games do. Is basically on the map you see dots where people are congregating, so you feel less alone and you just kind of gravitate to wherever the dots may be.
Lala, Tucker's asking if we need to be logged in tomorrow. Can we just enter as a guest? There's no costume related stuff tomorrow, is there?
No, there's no costume related stuff. So you can come in as whoever you want. As long as it's better to have your name, at least change your name, or if you're a guest, just identify who you are. So it's easier for us to track you guys after we conclude the whole event.
Oh, sweet. I'm coming in as guest tomorrow, Lala.
Oh, that's going to be hard to find, isn't it?
If you dress as Colonel Sanders and tell inappropriate stories, we'll track you down there.
Oh, dear. I don't want to remember that. Oh. That would scar me for life, though.
It's not good. Sorry to remind you.
Can we rule out hiding in the shadows in Rosnia?
That is.
I didn't think about that. Okay, I honestly.
Brilliant.
I
should not rule that out. No.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I haven't thought of that one.
Phil, I did.
If you haven't thought about that one, Lala, check your DM.
Oh God!
But don't tell people that.
I haven't done the explore mode for a long time, and I did that the other night, and thinking, oh God, there's no scares. Like, what's going on here? This is really uneventful. And then I got a beauty. I got that that female ghost that is attached to the ceiling and comes down.
Yeah.
She scared the living crap out of me.
Have you ever seen the one that comes out of the toilet? Oh man, that one freaked me out for the first time. You know the toilet that's just a wood board with the hole in it.
Yeah, it's on the ground floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
First time a ghost came out of there, freaked me out.
All too familiar.
I think we had shit ghost in requirements, but I never actually knew it got implemented.
It's the number 2 ghost.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. I'm gonna go looking for it now. Right, I think it's, unless anyone's got any burning questions, I think we're just about there. He's typing. Look out.
The suspense. Actually, on my side, a few community members have actually reached out about ideas of experiences that they would like in the Vault. I mean, if any of you guys ever have ideas, please feel free to throw it in. Because I've had one person want like a movie room where people just like hang out and watch stuff, and another one wanted full-on gaming. If you see how YouTube, a few people have commented gaming. So yeah, it would be nice to see what the general Discord community are looking at.
You should build it.
There we go.
Build it, they will come.
Yeah, you
Good.
don't need
Face
to
asked
tell
a
us
question I
about
do
it.
want to answer. I thought it might be a curly one at the 11th hour. Will the minimap show other users? Yes, it definitely will. So you see when you get the current build, when you download it tonight, as I'm sure everybody will race off and do after this, you'll see that menu has been filled out a lot more. One of the sections which is currently coming soon is friends. So there'll be grouping and friends and the comms that go along with that for sure. So that'll happen in a few phases, but the grouping will be the first step on that. And that will be coming very soon. It's one of the items in Q2, so I'll at least start on it in Q2. Which, as has been pointed out, is now. Time gets away from us. We're going to have Tamagotchi as avatar pets. This Tamagotchi one's come up a bit, and you need to feed them, as in enter your apartment on a regular basis to feed it. Or what? You go in there and there's a corpse on your floor? That's pretty macabre.
That's what happens though with the Tamagotchi. It's like you have to guard, right?
The NFTs get
the
burned.
line with an upside down smile. That's not so daunting.
I mean, if that's not motivation to make sure you feed it, or what is though?
True. Yeah, I mean that idea of having responsibility, I guess, is cool. Maybe I don't know if everyone wants responsibility in their second lifestyle and second home and all the rest of it, but yeah, that's probably not for me. I don't have a pet in real life for the same reason, so I probably wouldn't want one in the vault. But I can see why people would.
Hey, we should put taxes in the vault.
What?
What?
Taxes. He wants taxes.
All right. Yeah, traffic jams.
Yeah.
Protesters. What else do you need? Burglars. Yeah, your apartment gets robbed. Actually, that'd be cool. If you forget to lock your door, your apartment gets robbed.
Pete is going to be the burglar, obviously, right? Pete would go to every apartment like, did Guy lock it? Did Guy lock it?
No, he's going to have bots for it.
Sounds like
you go in there and everything's gone. You have to throw your toothbrush out just in case.
That was exactly how Animal Crossing was like. I used to do that to people in Animal Crossing, and I turned out I was stealing from my friend. So it's like, oops, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
And I always used to say to him, "It's too hard. It's too much hard work. What are you doing? It's an extra commitment. It's like schoolwork, and then you have to go and play Animal Crossing."
No. It's like, you know how you always complain there's never time for anything? You fill up your time with this kind of stuff.
It's true.
I have to do my dailies. I have to.
Like your attitude.
Mm-hmm. I'm very committed to logging in for certain games. So I can imagine if this was part of the vault, I would be doing the same thing.
All right, last chance, anyone, if you want to jump in with a last minute question. But if not, thank you everyone again for participating. I'm not answering that one. Console would be cool, but I'm not committing to that. We've got enough on our plate. But yeah, I've said a couple of times console would be awesome. I know Red Pill would be on board with that too. Yeah, and Pete would be a side effect of doing it. He'd be happy, but you can't win them all.
I'm always a side effect of things.
The problem is, though, with something like a PlayStation now that's so powerful, you almost wouldn't do it justice because you'd want to go so hard on the PS5.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing,
That's
and then
the
you'd
thing.
suffer on every other platform. That's the trouble with being that multi-platform across very varying pieces of hardware. That's a trap, I think. Yeah, it would be cool. I'm gonna give Madame a sec, and then assuming she's going to give someone some shit. We'll see though.
You're probably going to talk about the Tamagotchi graveyard.
I'm guessing, yeah. Okay.
Okay, time's up, Madame. You can't type anymore.
I'm definitely making my.
Over the walls.
I got a Sky apartment. Out of I was pretty lucky. The odds were against me, but I'm definitely going to make it into a log cabin once those changes are permanent. It's just going to be wood as far as the eye can see.
Then we should have a feature where we can
Because you like wood, right?
Yes, mate. I like that. Can I take a soundbite? I can say it more clearly. I love wood. How's that, Pete?
Oh, God. This is what Wednesdays are coming to. Anyways, we should be
Did you
able
just
to
say
carve.
you like wood?
Like,
Right, on that note, thanks everyone for your time again. Great talking to everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow night and next Wednesday. But Lala will
Thanks, everyone.
gracefully host you all in the vault tomorrow
Cheers,
night.
bro.
yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good
Well,
luck trying to
joining.
find me, guys. Good luck. I know a
Mm.
lot of secret places on and off the map.
I'll find you.
Oh, there you go. Challenge accepted.
You guys.
Have an awesome night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.
Take care,
Bye-bye,
guys. Stay
everyone.
safe.